First of all, Riley Green, congratulations on is it your 5th number one now with Worst Way?
That sounds right. I like it.
Congratulations.
That's
fantastic.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
That's got to feel good.
Yeah, man. It's always nice when you get a little, a little plaque or something that you always have that no matter what. But that was such a big song, and it's kind of become one of the biggest moments in my set, which is a really fun thing because I Wish Grandpa's Never Died was always this giant song, and I'm like, well, which one's going to be the encore now? But it's
so Worst Way has moved into that spot, huh?
It's close. It's really close.
Okay. All right. But also, you dropped us some brand new music, surprisingly, last week with the acoustic EP. Some brand new music or brand new versions also of your music. What made you do the acoustic EP? Obviously, it's something we all love acoustic, covers. But what made you or versions?
Yeah, I've always loved acoustic versions of songs, and the fans have always kind of, you can go look through comments and you see that's really what they like too. So. Yeah. It was cool to be able to cut. I cut one new song, cut a cover of Tim McGraw, Cowboy and Me, and then some of these songs now that are big songs for me, like Worst Way and Jesus Saves and Change My Mind, and I just like the acoustic version of them. Really, it sounds the way I wrote them, which is what's cool to me.
Yeah. When did you record that album? Have you been sitting on it for a while, or
we've been sitting on it a while? But it's one of those things where I love to just surprise fans with music because they're as excited about it as we are when you do it like that.
What about Bartender and Destin? So tell me about that song.
Well, Nick Walsh is a songwriter in Nashville that I signed to my publishing company just because he had something that was really unique. How he went about writing songs was really different to me, and I really feel like the best thing you can be right now is different. Have your own sound, and he sent me that song, and I just fell in love with it. I grew up going down to the Gulf, as a kid, and spent a lot of time in Destin, Panama City area. I thought that was such a cool story, and then summertime, a beach song goes well, so it worked out great.
Well, I'm glad you gave us that acoustic album because it's not a bad way to keep talking about you while your songs go number one at the same time. Strategically, it's great, but also, like you said, the fans love that kind of thing too. But I do like kind of watching all the things you're doing outside, especially when you were trying to hit the 96-mile-an-hour fastballs that were coming in.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time: hitting a baseball, especially at that speed, is probably the hardest thing in sports, period, to do.
Yeah, I was very happy with myself that I touched it.
You did. That's what I'm saying.
And even the guys, I think we were with the Milwaukee.
Right, yeah.
And they were impressed that I fouled it off, a couple of times. But it's very different than hitting bat in practice.
But you're obviously an athlete, and you played ball before, but you went in there very like, you guys are setting me up to lose, but you had to know you were going to get a piece of one or two of them, right?
I really did, man. I don't know that I ever saw 96 in my high school career, and that was probably 15 years ago. So I was surprised myself.
People don't realize how fast it is. And then I love that you were on the beach throwing that football with that kid. The video that was that a random kid? How did that happen?
I saw it. It's so strange now with TikTok and all this stuff because you see a video like that, but for me, I didn't even know it would be a thing. Some kid said, "Hey man, can you throw me one?" He went on a route and I threw it to him. It's nice to be able to go down to the beach, hang out with my family and friends, and kind of be a regular dude down there. And
next thing you know,
that's what happens when you try to be a regular dude. You get put on TikTok.
Now you know where you are because you're like, I didn't know my mustache was going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
And now I didn't know throwing a football to a random kid on a beach was going to be a big thing.
Yeah. Luckily, it was a good pass. We're very fortunate.
He caught it?
Yeah.
Great.
Just imagine how many views it would have got if it had been a horrible pass. That's the one they really would have talked about.
Next time, not a bad move. All right. So let's talk sports for a second. I want to find out what you would pick as your ultimate sports moment if you could live it. So if you could live one of these moments catching the winning catch in a touchdown in a football game, or hitting the home run in the World Series, winning the Masters, and a whole what would be the ultimate sports moment for you?
That's tough. I feel like my answer probably would have been throwing a touchdown pass as a quarterback, coming up, playing a little bit in college. I think now it's changed a little bit because I think the emotional attachment I have to the movie Tin Cup, that feeling of golf and there's something about that sport where everything is on you. There's no team involved. It's just you versus the course, and hitting a hole in one to win a shot, to win a long putt. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just reliving those moments. I think I would always have to say, still growing up here and watching Jordan do it so many times, that winning shot of the game.
We all did that as a kid,
right.
Count down and throw it up. Yeah.
Hey, you throw it up. What do you yell? You yell Jordan, right?
There's no wrong answer. And I always compare being on stage, playing your songs, and people singing back to you is just like hitting a home run. That's what it feels like.
Cool. I kind of got chills when you said that because it puts in perspective of like what that kind of feels like.
Yeah.
Because I've never sung a song on stage.
Well, I
don't
got
know
a
if you
show
know
in a
that.
little bit. You want to come there and sing?
You don't want that, my friend. You do. You want people to stay.
I tell you what, come on stage and I'll throw a pitch to you. You can try to hit it on stage.
That I might be able to
All right.
do. I don't know if we have insurance for whoever gets hit by that, but
Good point.
well, it's fine. Riley Green, thank you, man. We're glad to have you back in Chicago.
Yeah,
This place
appreciate it,
loves
bud.
you. You know, you've been here so many times, and it's when you say smoke out. What more can you say, right?
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Riley Green.